Welcome to tonight's episode of the Holy Rollers. We are on episode 31, which is stupidly crazy to think about.
I know.
We're going to go ahead and roll for prayer. I got a 3, so it ain't me.
2.
15.
One
Well,
minute.
who got the 20 last year or last week?
Roll a 10.
I don't remember who rolled the 20 last week.
Opt.
I thought that was Jesse.
So you have to sing the prayer. Oh, no,
Mm,
that's one. Never mind. I'm sorry.
not with this throat.
You back, Brandon?
I am back. Yeah, I was, for some reason, like, y'all's mics, like, dropped out. It was really echoey, so I disconnected and reconnected. I figured it was something on my side, and apparently it was, because everyone's back to normal now, so...
Hooray!
Awesome.
Let me flip this over.
We were talking before we started about how sunspots are really becoming a problem. And they're starting to affect everybody's cell service and internet. So sometimes it's not the provider, and sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's just the dang sun.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Who won? Wasn't me.
Joffrey.
I think Joffrey did with a nat 20.
All right. Well, have at it.
All right, let's go before God. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the health that you've given us, for those who are recovering, those who might be sick, and for those who are neither of those things. We still thank you for the health that you have blessed us with. We ask that this night you will be with us all in our fellowship together as creatives, as believers. Bless the story that we are telling, the world that we are in with Brandon. Bless his hands and his voice as he tells the story tonight. Bless those that are tuning in and listening and watching the recording. We pray that the recording will last tonight. May we all have fun. May we bring glory to your name and have fellowship again with our fellow friends. We ask all this more in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
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 Alrighty. Well, apologies for no video from last week. There was just so many technical issues that trying to cobble it together just wasn't an option. I messed with it for probably about 2.5, almost 3 hours, and it was just a jumbled mess. So I deleted it.
With extreme prejudice.
Exactly, yeah, and then burned it out of the recycle bin. I didn't want it on the computer anymore. So we're gonna pick up where we left off last week, after Mara and Muriel made their way into the royal city of Namor with Devlin's body. They made their way through the city fairly easy, made it to a temple of Tyr, and found Mara's childhood friend Helgah. Helgah then, being convinced by the others to come with them, has now joined the party, and they have left the city, and they are now on the, I would say, probably northwest kind of corner of the city, kind of outside of the city proper itself, off of the water, kind of in between one of the rivers and the lake that's surrounding. I believe the group was setting up maybe just like a camp for the evening. And yeah, that is exactly where we will. That's exactly where we will pick up tonight.
And if you want to read more of that review in further detail, visit our Facebook page, The Holy Rollers.
Yay!
Join.
We have a breakdown, and we have memes.
Yes.
Yes. Our resident meme queen, Rachel, graces us with her wares every week, and it is a delight to the eyes, and I heartily recommend that you peruse them.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna look like they come from Kyle, but that's because I don't have Facebook. Just throwing that out there.
Good for you, girl.
So don't blame Kyle.
That's right. Yeah. Send
If they're
Don't
bad,
blame Kyle,
it's
blame
not
me for all of it.
send all of your hate mail to Kyle.
I was gonna say, or blame Kyle.
But if you love them, I will happily take
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scapegoat only works one of two ways.
That's right. Exactly. That is exactly right. All right. So the group is set up camp. I'd say at this point, it is probably starting to push into the early evening. Campfires started. Everyone's kind of got their bedrolls and what have you kind of out and spread amongst the area. It's a clear evening. There's doesn't look like there's any rains. There's really no clouds overhead. Moon is slowly coming up, so yeah, you've got some stars out, but not a ton. Just given the light of the moon.
So,
What you guys doing?
Terrence looks at everybody and says, "We need to figure out watch. We're going with our normal.
I want to
walk.
be with my best friend.
Raja is going to volunteer for either second or third watch, being how it has not gone very well on the last few nights when he's been on first watch.
That's actually
He's
pretty
gonna
fair.
Make that his problem.
Yeah.
So Terrence says he'll take first watch if nobody else wants it, or he'll take whatever watch. But
I think Helga and I could do it if you want to.
Dennis, you might want to mess with your mic. A little low on my end, anyway.
Sorry, I moved it thinking that I kept hearing breathing, and I was thinking it was mine.
Oh, it might be me.
Oh, is that better?
I'm like a
Still
bug.
the same.
Brandon, quick question. I know Dublin has been in a coma for the past several days, but I imagine inexplicably he still has to be a little winded from his ordeal, even if he can't. Is it physically still recovering that he hasn't quite returned?
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
If I have to do a watch, may I humbly request that I take the first watch so I can proceed to pass out and be into oblivion for the rest of the night?
I don't think you need to take a watch because we got Helga here, Helga, Mara, Terrence, Raja, me, Muriel. We can take it. You sleep tonight.
Yeah.
You said not me.
I would agree. The one person who should not be on watch is you.
Yeah. So, am I getting Muriel or am I getting Albus as my partner?
Albus, why don't you and I take third watch?
Sounds like
let's
a plan. That way I can
let's-
sleep. And
Let's break up the dream team, me and Raja.
All right.
I normally would not, but I mean, let's face it. The last time you and I were on watch, things did not go well.
Exactly.
That's fair.
He needs a fireball mage.
Yeah.
so, Helga, you have stories about Mara when she was younger? That anything embarrassing?
Oh man.
Oh, boy. Muriel just does this in the background.
Oh my!
Terrence is like,
Albus,
yeah,
you would not
anything?
believe the stories I could tell you of Mara when she was young and running around the city all crazy. Or maybe,
Unlike how she is now.
or maybe when I was teaching her to swing the warhammer. Oh,
Unlike she is
I
now.
was gonna say you only knew me since I was like what, 16?
Oh,
So
the,
I'm like
Nothing's changed.
22 now. Like, come on.
the holes that she left in walls and.
you should see the hole she leaves in people now.
Yeah.
Oh, they're ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse you, that was Terrence's butt. Thank you.
It was Terrence's
Yeah, but
face.
who put him there?
Darling, that was Terrence's face.
Yeah. It was on my butt. That was my face.
Yeah. Still sore about that, are you, Nev?
Not so impressed.
You're welcome. I'll have to tell you about that one there, Helga.
While you're on
You've
watch
been
and
so proud of me.
paying attention while you're on watch. Yes,
Yeah.
not having-
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
we're not having another skeleton incident.
Yeah, that's not. I'd like to sleep.
Yeah. I don't like skeletons.
Is it still Eric?
We'll
Really,
be
how are you
fine.
at this temple? Like, how are you here? I mean, from what Mara has said, I was expecting you to be dragon star. How did you get to this temple?
Well, shortly after Mara left me, the temple required that I move on to a larger city to become better versed in my spells.
So you have spells now?
I do indeed.
Ooh, fancy. So what's with the marks on your arm?
Oh dear.
Those.
Mara, she might be uncomfortable about that.
But she also know that Mara has no filter, so does it really come as a surprise?
No, at this point.
Make a persuasion check. And I'd say with advantage since you guys are old friends.
BFFs.
Right.
Lord.
This
5.
is gonna be another
Advantage?
What?
it's gonna be another brother thing, isn't it?
What did you roll?
A 2 and a 3.
Devlin, seeing this train wreck, will attempt to help it from not falling off into the ravine. I think what she's trying to say, and proceeds to show his wrist with the two similar. You said I was cursed with failure.
Muriel
Is
can't.
it the same for you, or are they different? I was in a coma before this, so I'm at a loss as to the significance of this, and any insight you can give or explanation from your own gestures, personal experience, without needing to pry, would be appreciated. And I will give you a persuasion roll. Also at advantage, only because I get advantage on persuasion rolls when talking to people.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a good thing that was an advantage! Let's see. It was a nat 1 and a 13, so that's now a 16.
So Helga just kind of stares around at everyone that's currently around. I know what you're asking, and I know why you're asking. But I really don't want to talk about this right now.
Understood.
Fair, that's fair.
Well, that's what I said.
Has Devlin shared to us that he's the curse that he has, or is that news too? I don't remember.
I haven't shared it. Devlin was told by Helga at the temple, so then the rest of the party who wasn't at the temple, that's the first time you hear him say that, so yeah.
Yeah. I understand, Helga. Devlin, cursed? What?
Terrence is.
Second that. Yes, what?
Terrence,
Oh, yeah,
wait a minute. I can remove curses.
I think this is a little out of your ballpark there, Terrence.
No, let him
little's
try.
not. I think this is a lot out of your ballpark.
Let him try. Let him try. Terrence, come on over.
Raja,
Get,
no.
Get this curse off of him. Come on.
No.
Okay, well, what is this curse? It's a curse of failure. I'm guessing, failing with the eggs, maybe?
Evidently, and well, considering this lovely tattoo that two of us seem to have for some reason,
Now, you should know better than to leave me unsupervised.
This is true. Point being, Yolmenganda wasn't very happy with me, and clearly I am on thin ice.
Well, what does that mean? You can't breathe underwater anymore? Does that mean we shouldn't take you sailing? What does that mean?
No. I think it just means if I fail him one more time, there won't be another.
Mario looks a little sick to her stomach. But you don't know why.
I'm going to attempt to do a perception roll because Devlin is already getting a sinking suspicion, no pun intended, at Muriel.
I see what you did there.
I see what you did there.
23, or no, it'd be insight. I can tell that something's probably off. Actually, 23 for the perception to see, okay, something's probably off, but I would have to do a follow-up investigation if Brian would allow me to try and perceive or understand what. But I probably already took enough time for that.
I would say, kind of with that roll, that you've got a decent idea that something is definitely bothering Muriel. You're not exactly sure what it is, but you definitely would have kind of caught. You definitely would have kind of caught that face for sure.
Okay.
Terrence, time to start watch.
Yep.
All right. So
Good.
with that, I will have my first two watchers make your perception checks.
Please don't roll net ones.
Oh, please.
I rolled a
Okay.
natural. I rolled a natural one.
I got.
Wow,
it.
you really did.
Great.
Because I'm
Stop.
just that good. What?
I just said. Granted, it happened as I was saying it,
Alright.
but still.
Yeah.
You're the one
I
who
am
jinxed
all
it.
the more glad I did not take first watch.
Right.
Muriel's not
I'm
even sure
sleeping.
she's at camp.
So,
Right.
so luckily through the night, there's really not much that goes on. Muriel,
Excuse me.
I'll say
Religious.
that kind of while you're patrolling around, I'll say that you kind of inadvertently kind of step off kind of a little ledge that's about a 3-foot drop. You kind of twist your ankle a little bit, and I'll say that you managed to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage
That's fair.
Oh,
from
cow.
smacking your head on a rock.
Quit spiking your tea.
You hear me? You hear from deep in the woods? Ow!
It's a
And I come-
squirrel.
I come
Muriel, are you
hobbling.
alright?
I come hobbling back into the campfire light, pulling sticks out of my hair. I'm fine. Thank
Do I
you.
need to heal you?
Sure.
I'm not in the mood, Terrence.
All right, so like I
you
said, not much goes on. So we'll say that ends. Your watch ends. Second group comes up. Second group is Mara, Helga, or somebody else.
Okay.
Mara Helga.
Okay, all right. So Mara, you can go ahead and make your perception check. Helga rolled a 21.
And I rolled a 20.
Perfect. Yeah, very, very astute, very keen. Know what's going on. Nothing can surprise you. Nothing can sneak up on you. You
I don't
definitely
like
don't.
that tone.
You definitely don't fall into like a little ravine.
I'm sure I don't like your tone.
Good.
Darn skeleton.
Darn
Can
ravines.
Mara, like, say something?
Stupid,
to
Yeah.
stupid,
Helga?
weak,
Yeah, go for
stupid,
it.
weak, feminine ankles.
Okay. So, Mara is going to look at Helga at some point during the night and be like, I'm sorry, I just kind of, like, blurted that question out to you, but, like, with Devlin only having, like, one more before he's maybe dying, don't know, but you have 3, and now I don't know if I'm about to lose my best friend. So, like, are you at least okay? Or, like...
Oh, Mara, my dear. The simple answer is yes, I'm fine. The more complicated answer, not quite.
Is there anything I can do to help? Or we can do?
Right now, no. But I do fear that if something were to happen, that could possibly be my end.
What's something so we can avoid that?
Well, I don't know. Something like falling off of some type of ravine?
Well, yeah, I guess so. But, like, so, like, did you get those marks from Tyr? Like, or do you have a patron or something?
It's not quite that simple, dear.
Oh, jeez. It never is it?
It's not. I will give you this. When you look at me, you know that I'm an orc.
Yeah.
And my people don't exactly take kindly to other orcs who worship other gods. We have our own.
Oh.
So from a celestial standpoint, I suppose you could say, I believe I've possibly angered one of them. So dear, it's not Tyr. You have nothing to fear. I can see it in your face. You're worried that this will affect you. It will not affect you.
I'm worried about you too. I'm worried about the both of us, honestly. Like, but if it's not Tyr, then it has to be that orc god. So, like, if you don't turn to worship them, then they might try and kill you?
I mean, I'm standing here, so I'm not dead.
No, but are they trying to?
Well, they're just making it a little more difficult.
Making what a little more difficult?
Life, dear. Life.
Okay. Well, maybe we can do something. So your life can be a little less difficult. Because I don't want to see your life be difficult. Because I love you very much.
Oh, my little Mara. How I love you too. And she's just gonna pat you on your head.
She sinks 2 inches into the ground.
Where she got whack-a-mole.
Mara is now 5'1".
Yes, yeah. Yep, little compression on the spine. Mara shrunk a little bit.
Yep, exactly where I went with that.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'd say at that point, the two of you wander back to camp, and Albus and Raja are woken so that they can do their watch.
I want to wake him by throwing a rock at his tent.
Okay, roll a d20.
Wait, who are you waking?
That's the thing. I don't think she knows which tent he is.
Oh, dang it.
I'm gonna attempt Albus, that's for sure. 7. 7.
7. All right.
That's what I rolled.
So as
I'm not rolling.
you throw, at what you're assuming is Albus,
His
it
tent, thank you.
it kind of pinks off like some pots and pans inside and wakes him up, but it doesn't hit him.
I didn't want to hit him. I just wanted to wake him up in a rude way. So, good.
Oh.
Does that wake Terrence up? No, I'm just
My turn already.
Come on, Albus, let's go.
All right, Kyle,
Well,
let's
yeah.
see this roll.
Oh
We're taking a
boy.
long. As we're doing the last watch, do we have a long rest down?
Yeah. At that point, everybody would finish a long rest.
I want to make sure, just in case, And perception.
Oh, there it is.
And 18.
Okay.
At that 20. Boom. Chakalaka.
All right. Yeah. You guys don't have any issues whatsoever. As the night really kind of clears, Raja's perception is so keen. He can tell that he is being controlled by someone in another universe.
It's pretty keen.
That's pretty
He
keen.
breaks-
He
Gonna look
breaks
up
the
at the sky
fourth
and just
wall.
be like,
Breaks the fourth wall.
Takes psychic damage.
okay.
Do you ever wonder if you're being controlled by somebody bigger
Okay.
than you?
That's right.
Does this life
Oh,
ever
dude.
feel like an illusion?
There are days where I'm fairly positive that my life is just one big game of The Sims, and my
Yeah.
player has no
Right.
clue what he's doing.
We're in the
started playing.
We're all jacked into the Matrix right now.
That's right. Exactly. All right. So nothing goes on. It's a fairly quiet night. You know, in the distance, you can hear kind of the river that's flowing through. You can hear as the morning kind of breaks, some of the fishing ships that kind of fish the waters around the royal city kind of get to going. And it's now morning. The sun has come up. Everyone is awake. And
I was gonna say before everybody wakes up, like as the night's ending, Raj is gonna look at Albus and be like, as much as I'm enjoying the show, you really need to apologize to your girl.
Does everybody keep saying that? I don't understand.
Just
Wow.
From the other side of the campfire, I hear it, and I just am like, "Don't flick, don't flick, don't flick, don't flick. Resist the temptation."
just accept that you're wrong.
What did I do? I got the freaking collars off of us.
You did nothing. That's the thing. You did nothing, and yet you did everything.
It
From the other
doesn't
side of the
matter.
campfire, from the other side of the fire, you hear, "Ah, squirrel."
You hear Terrence's voice. It doesn't matter.
So he's gonna put a shoulder on Albus and just be like, just apologize.
Can I throw a
And
rock
walk
at
off.
Raja? Can I throw a rock at Raja for saying that he did nothing wrong? 'Cause
You're
I-
asleep. Do you even know this is conversation's happening?
Oh, I thought we were sleeping
Nope.
at the campfire.
Nope. We're all still sleeping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Raja.
I-
Yeah,
Like
Raja
Terrence
said
was saying,
before.
Okay.
Terrence and Muriel really weren't saying anything.
Right?
No,
It was
I
a
just
dream.
wanted.
I thought we were sorry, y'all.
Oh, it's so great. Okay, so
You hear from Terrence. Nothing wrong.
He goes back to watch.
So is everyone bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and up, and by this point I would say that you've had your breakfast and all that jazz. Yeah, what's on the agenda for today?
Where are we heading?
Headed up to the Dwarven Mountains, so we need
We're stopping in Bolden for supplies before we cross the frozen waste.
Okay.
I believe was what our original plan was.
So, are we going to walk in our normal with Devlin
Be-
scouting for us? Devlin,
before-
do you feel up
At least
to it?
that was the plan before someone waylaid us.
Who did
I'll
that?
smirk at Devlin.
Not entirely by choice, however.
Well,
But point taken.
Devlin, if you're not feeling...
Oh, no. I feel better. Yeah,
Can I look at him and see how he looks? Like, is his color coming back? Does he look more vigorous? I mean, does he just look like he's recovering from this?
Muriel, you think he looks just fine.
I would say make a medicine check.
That's a little better. Okay, at 12, I'll guide myself, cross my fingers behind my back. 16 total.
Okay. Yeah, from what you can tell, he's definitely much better shape than he was.
The look of naked relief over my face is I'm not sure if anybody catches it, but Muriel is not able to hide it in time before it passes over her face.
Of course, Albus
Mara
would do a
giggles.
perception check.
Yeah, we'll do the standard marching order. And for Helga... You know what, let's put Helga with Mara in the back.
Rear
Correct.
guard.
Yes, rear guard.
As we
The
started out,
As far from the scout as possible to ensure that optimal coverage of
yeah.
Things
far from
and
Helga.
stuff.
As far from her,
As we
Just
start out,
implying that Helga and Devlin need to be as far apart as possible after the little look.
well,
the little
Devlin is
comment-
scouting ahead, so
Exactly,
good.
it's perfect. I mean,
So as we start out, Terrence looks over at Albus and says, "Albus, can you walk with me for a little while? I want to talk with you."
Oh boy.
Hey,
Oh,
Is there any foliage as the party's heading out that Devlin is scouting through?
It depends. Which way is the party going?
towards
We were
Bolden.
heading towards-
Well, yeah, but are they going to go through the forest to get there? Kind of along the road?
I think that's okay.
I would
over the
I
river
think
and
it would be
through the
smarter if
woods.
we went through the forest.
I would definitely say forest.
After I remind Devlin that when he wasn't conscious, that we saw and heard a large party of soldiers coming through the woods using the road. Maybe it's best if we avoid roads for a time.
Yes.
Plus, I'm
Roger
pretty
agrees with
comfortable
this
in
logic.
forest, so I'll talk to the squirrels and the rabbits and
You and
make sure we're good.
damn squirrels and rabbits.
Squeak, squeak, squeaker.
Squeaking, squeak, squeak, squeaker.
So I'm gonna let.
Squeaky.
How dare you!
So as we start off, I'm gonna let Raja know that I'm gonna fall back just slightly, and Albus is gonna come up so we can have a conversation real quick.
Okay.
It's not too bad. So
Alright.
that way we're still kind of close.
So if we're looking at the map right now, the group is going to go kind of through the woods to Baldur.
As the crow flies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Through the woods to grandmother's house.
All right.
As the crow flies.
So we're gonna put there, put it up here.
In either survival or stealth, depending upon which you wanted me to do. Stealth would be a 29, and survival, if it was that, would be a 21.
Alright, so I'm just gonna kind of move the group over just a little bit, and then
Close enough.
yeah. So at that point, as you kind of scout through, you notice where you have the main road that heads directly into Baldin. And then you've got kind of a road. It's not even a road. It's more of a trail that if you really weren't looking, you wouldn't have caught. That kind of veers off to the east and then trails north into the Dwarven Mountain, and looks like several carriages, horses, and a good chunk of definitely people on foot have kind of gone through that. It's kind of hard to discern, maybe time-wise, just because it's not muddy or anything, but it's definitely worn down fairly recently.
That's a safe bet if I've ever seen one. He will go back to the group and he will inform them. So there's a side road that a normal person would never take. 2 people would normally take, not an army. And it looks like an army used that little short road going into the mountains.
So we're behind.
We've been behind.
Do we follow or do we have another plan?
We won't survive over those mountains without supplies.
No.
But at the same time, if we let them get ahead, our objective could be compromised.
Well, we can't obtain our objective in the first place if we're not dead, like you pointed out. So we're going to stick with getting supplies. Maybe we can find an alternate route. That way we're not, like, walking right into them.
And it's not like, I mean, you warned the dragon.
Doesn't
What did you
mean
say
she
her
hated
name
it.
was?
Sophonics. And it doesn't
you
mean
warned-
it doesn't mean that she heeded it, and it certainly doesn't mean that she didn't just fly right into their arms and decide to help them. We're assuming that dragon does not want to die.
That's pretty common, you know.
Well,
say.
we're also assuming that the egg can only be passed by a dead dragon.
You're thinking she may just give it up willingly?
If it's possible.
I don't know. The other dragons seem pretty.
Mary,
So-
you do realize speaking as part dragon here, dragonborn.
Hi. I so
we are
often forget.
We are very prideful creatures. To give up a source of power as an egg that I am now aware of, the source of power and whatnot, not happening, in short.
That makes sense. I mean, like,
Well,
as
if
one
she-
would say, over my dead body. As one
Well,
would
here's
say.
the thing.
is
If she
definitely
is-
not something.
She's an acolyte of Vathnagoth. She is one of the 4 on this amulet. I picked your pocket, Devlin, not sorry. Amulet. And we are assuming she would not sacrifice herself to serve her Dark Master. All I'm saying is we did it after a group discussion, and I feel good about having done it. But if we get the rug yanked out from under us, par for the course.
None taken. He says as he pockets the amulet he just nicked out of your hand with an 18.
That's fine.
I mean, it's getting cold, and I mean, it's not called the Frozen Wasteland for nothing.
Yeah, we
don't think we
definitely
have-
need to stop for supplies.
I mean, I don't have any warm clothing. I've never lived anywhere super cold.
I've heard about these things called furs.
Who knows? Maybe we can find a way to fly, like we did with our.
No,
I sincerely
please
doubt
not
the
again.
dragon.
Please not again.
Oh,
At least we can get some horses, something that can move us faster.
something.
Right, well then I'm going to go scout the road going into the city if it sounds like that's a course of action.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Saralda indicated to us that a dead dragon's body formed an egg. Unless she was lying through her pointy teeth. That's what we have to go on.
Well, we have one other thing to go on. If we try to make it to her, there's probably a better chance of her dying because we'll be dead than if we stop and get supplies and then try to get a faster way to her, like horses or something.
Maybe we can ask around town if there's a shortcut or a pass.
24.
They may even have a tunnel to her.
24 on perception. He's going to go back to the road and he's going to start scouting to see how busy the road heading towards the direction of the city, since that's what the party's next action is.
So it doesn't. So the traffic's fairly interesting leaving and coming into Baldoon. There's not a ton of inbound traffic, but the amount of carts that you see outbound.
Leaving?
Yes.
There's a little tingle going off in the back of Devlin's mind.
We get too far. Terrence, you wanted to have a conversation?
Yeah, I was just kind of waiting a little bit. While we're doing all of this, Albus, I wanted to ask you a favor.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's smart.
Maybe.
You're pretty close to like the smartest one here, and you write a lot.
He is the smartest one here.
Well, I'm not going to give him that much. And I can read fairly well. I can talk a couple of languages, but I can't write well. And I'm wondering if you could help me. I'd like to start a journal. And if you could help me learn how to write better, I think it would help. Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, that doesn't sound... That sounds fine to me.
Good. I'm so glad because I think that's something I need to be able to do. And I really think that you need to go over and be really nice tomorrow. And
You too?
well, listen, you messed up.
I messed up.
You messed up.
I'm not blowing myself up for you guys anymore.
Actually, I'm kind of glad to hear that, because I was going to tell you if you blow yourself up again for us, I'm going to kill you. Other than that...
Yes, saving your butts. Yes, oh man.
No, Albus, that was a brave thing to do, but it was also a very stupid thing to do. And you're very lucky to be alive, and we're very lucky to have you alive. So I ask that you don't do that again. But I ask that you go to Mara and apologize for doing something like that, because it hurt her. And as her big brother, I don't like seeing her hurt, as he goes. Does that make sense?
Does the old knuckle cracks?
Yeah, I can't make the noises.
That's okay.
I want you to make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Ooh.
I roll on
Oh my gosh. I did a 7.
Dag nabbit.
So basically I was just kind of going like this.
You dislocate a finger. Ow!
So based on how you're going to react to Albus, I want you to make either an intimidation check or a persuasion check. And then if you beat a 7, react accordingly based off of what you're using.
Yeah, I guess that worked.
Well, 17, so I'll just look at him and be like, no, cracking your knuckles is bad for the joints, right?
Nobody's ever told me that.
Yeah. Don't come running to me in 20 years when your hands are all swollen up with arthritis.
If I'm alive in 20 years, we'll talk then.
Oh, we won't, because you're not going to come running to me about it.
Probably not if I have arthritis.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, that's so great.
What an obstinate little stinker.
Right?
So at this point,
In my day, someone would have called you a little shit. I'm not gonna lie. Excuse the language, but it is what it is.
I was not going to be the one to say it, but you deserve a flick. I'm not going to do it, but you
I'm
deserve
going to
it.
let you know that right now, Terrence probably wants to really like grab you by the front of the collar, tuck you, and it's everything that he can do not to do that.
He's a balmy 50 pounds. You could do it with one
what's
hand.
stopping Terrence from picking him up by the collar?
The love of Jehovah.
That's probably
It
it.
literally is.
And Albus's fiery temper.
Yep.
I'm not so sure that Terrence really worries about that. He's beginning to fume a little bit, trying to hold it in.
If Mara gets angry at Albus, can we please have a Hulk and Loki moment?
It's certainly possible.
She's been mad at him. Raja.
You haven't taken it out on him.
That's fair.
Yet, so
I've tried multiple times by throwing rocks at him.
And they walk out.
I'm
And
just
they
saying, have a
all
Hulk
failed.
Loki moment.
All right,
They've all
so
failed, yes.
Terrence ends it with
Nope.
what?
Sorry, don't mind me.
Terrence kind of ends it with a, I'm sorry, Albus. I just wanted to let you know what was going on so that maybe you could rectify it and see if you could help me with the writing.
Definitely help you with writing. And I guess I could go apologize to Mara for saving her life, but yes, I will.
I don't think I would do it like that.
Oh, okay, sure. I was like, thanks. Man.
Oh, I love this. I love this so much.
I look at Raj and I say, we're going to have to stage an intervention if this continues much longer. I am concerned.
I'm going
for
to
the
walk straight
intrinsic-
over to Mara.
Oh, no.
This should be fun.
I grab Raja by the front of his armor. Sweet Jehovah, it's happening.
Alright, I'm going to walk up to Mara and Helga. Hey, you two. Hey, Helga, you might have a quick word with Mara, just real fast.
So she is actually going to look at you, and you can certainly roll an intimidation check against her, as she's been. So she's gonna stare you down, and you beat her 13 with a 16.
Shoo.
You better roll this shit during combat.
She's blindly brave.
You are one third of her height and 1/6 of her weight.
Yeah.
And you somehow beat her.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That is hilarious.
Albus may be the smartest,
Fine.
intelligent-wise, but he right now is just being...
Wisdom. I'm playing the. What is my wisdom? I am playing the 12 wisdom right now. So.
I will just let you know, little one, that if you hurt my friend again, they will never find your body.
I'm the one that blew up.
Yes, except this time it'll take. And she's just gonna turn and walk off.
Oh, I'm dying.
Muriel's just shaking Raja by the front of his armor. It's happening!
Terrence is over there like, oh my god, what's going on?
And Devlin's off, just like investigating this crowd, just going,
Yeah.
oblivious to all the drama.
I'm
Wonder what they're
following
doing.
that one.
Okay,
Mara.
fine. What do you want?
Aaron said that I should apologize to you, that I hurt you by blowing myself up and getting the collar off and allowing us all to live and whatnot. So I am sorry for blowing myself up.
I'm waiting for the Warhammer to hit me in the back of the head now.
Mara's face goes from neutral to very angry really fast. You really think that The only reason I'm mad at you is because you blew us up and saved us?
Oh no.
Is there...
Then...
What else did I do?
It's what you didn't do! Sorry.
What I didn't do? Oh, okay.
You know what? Forget it. It's fine. No, it's fine.
Why don't you talk to me? Come on. Come on, let's have it out. You've been steaming and huffing and puffing. I mean, good Lord.
Albus, it's not that you saved us. I 100% appreciate that.
Okay.
It's the fact that you were going to just kill yourself and not reveal anything that you wrote about in your journal to me. You're just gonna... You act like nothing ever happened. You just wrote it in there, and now you're just pretending like it's not there, and I'm absolutely over it, and I'm done.
Alice's face
And she'll
goes
just
white.
stare at him.
But his face just goes white.
Stare at him with... And Mara's face is like pink. She's angry.
You read my journal?
You gave it to me!
Because I figured of all the people, you would read it the least likely. I mean, I have never seen you read.
Terrence looks over. She can read pretty well.
Surely they're not doing anything stupid back there that's going to get someone else killed.
Muriel's gonna contact you mentally and be like, I need you to come back. We may have to break up a fight.
But by the way, Albus, I was kind of angry with you when I read it too.
She takes a deep breath. I didn't read the entire thing. I just skimmed most of it. But when I found the last page and it had my name on it, I was uber curious. And now I know.
Private. Like,
You gave it to me!
you're supposed to read things like that when a person dies. You don't do it while they're still alive.
Why not? It would have been amazing to know that you felt this. It would have been amazing to know that you felt the same way about me. And then suddenly she freezes and she gets like incredibly red and she walks away towards Helga.
Oh, founder, oh gosh. Oh.
Muriel
and Albus
says,
is just gonna put his head in his hands and just start like breaking out mentally.
scratch
Oh, man.
that. We no longer need you.
Oh, tutela, oh, tutela, oh.
You heard nothing at their time. You were put on hold.
That's fine, I understand.
And Raj is walking.
Just
And
walk.
Terrence
Ready
is
to
actually
go.
following
Let's go.
Raja.
Let's walk away.
And we're walking, and we're walking.
And
Wow.
Terrence looks over at Raja. You know, Albus has really good handwriting.
Oh boy.
Well, that is all happening.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Can Devlin make an investigation to try and ascertain the exodus that is currently happening to this city and get a sense of why?
Sure.
What? Uh, 13.
Okay. Based on what you can see, most of the wagons / carriages that are leaving are being pulled by what appear to be not horses, they're not oxen, but they're a large creature that are pulling these wagons. And you really can't tell what's in them based off the distance. But obviously, just kind of based on being around, you would know that whatever's in them is pretty heavy if they're having to be pulled by something that heavy.
And there's a lot of them.
I mean, not like a major convoy or anything, but they're definitely the majority of the traffic that's leaving the area.
Okay, so not like a city evacuation, more just rush hour happened to be happening as double. Yeah. Okay, misinterpreted the.
I did too. Thank you for clarifying that.
Oh, I know. I saw it in all of your faces, which was mildly entertaining, by the way.
Yeah.
Still,
if you want to scare us, just roll a random dice. You don't have to be this way. You can choose normal.
Here you go. Like I'll make a roll right now.
There you go. See? Normal.
Right.
A normal dragon appears behind Devil and goes, "Hey, son." Alright. That's very interesting. Very curious.
Alright, so,
not my circus until I'm invited into the ring.
Does the group need anything else before heading on?
Nah. Terrence looks back and tells everybody, "Come on, everybody, let's get going."
Off to town we go.
Alright, so, the group makes their way to Baldoon.
Devlin remains blissfully unaware of what has transpired.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, but don't worry. Player me ate that up.
No, it's so good.
Alright, so...
roll perception to see if you can tell the tension.
You know what? That's fair. Okay. He is reading this group like a book.
What are you getting at, 20?
No, an 18, so 25?
You can just see Mara's beat red face.
Albus is
anger and embarrassment.
Albus is still pale as a
white
ghost.
as a sheet, and he's like...
Muriel's just going...
days.
And Terrence and Raja are laughing and joking, probably.
Yeah, they're the least affected of all of us.
Probably.
Saddles up to Muriel's, they're going, "That good, huh?"
Oh, it was so zesty. I wish you had missed it.
Well, he's still alive, so obviously better than expected.
Honestly, I had bets she would at least pop him a nose, but no, she controlled herself. She really has it bad.
Alright,
He'll say nothing more of it. He is aware. He won't question anyone else, but he is aware now.
Let me move you guys into the city.
Yay, city. Who wants a running bet on how long it'll take us to get kicked out of this city? Or maybe the
5 minutes.
I'd like to try to stay in the city
5
for a few minutes.
So,
you've got 5.
I'm going with 10.
We should blend in here pretty
pretty
well.
Let me just kind of set the scene for you for kind of what you're seeing. So, deep below the snow-covered mountain range, lies the massive city of Baldoon. As you make your way through the front entrance, shortly, maybe 50 to 100 yards beyond, you're taken down an elevator that looks like it's just kind of constantly just in a down, it goes down, waits a moment, and comes back up. As you step out, you're kind of in a narrow opening, if you will, that suddenly just a bright light emanates throughout. It's definitely a lot hotter than what you would expect from being this far north. As you look, everything is very intricately carved stone, from the archways to the homes. Everything appears to be kind of carved in place. It doesn't look like anything has been set. Everything looks like whatever stone was there as they were creating these houses and buildings and shops and what have you is the stone that was physically there. It was all shaped out of it. The city extends deeper underground, and towards the Let's see, that would be over in the east. Over in the east lies a very large circular building that serves as not only the main forge of the city, known as the Frostfire Forge, but also as the seat of the government of Baldoon.
Now, would any of us know this being from this area? As far as, would this be common knowledge, or is this something we would see
I
for the first time?
I would imagine, probably from a character standpoint, none of you would have a ton of knowledge of the city. Maybe Albus, just based on his readings.
Want me to roll a history check on that?
Yeah, that's fine. But this would certainly be the first time that Albus would have actually stepped foot in Baldoon.
So as far as knowledge goes, with Terrence's family coming from blacksmiths, would there be any like lore or anything that Terrence would have gotten from that kind of the business aspect of it? That maybe
it's possible. Make a history check.
Okay.
I was got 19.
Okay.
Let me find it first. There we go.
Roger knows nothing.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I rolled a 19 as well.
Okay. So the three of you would be familiar with the city as basically a city. Maybe not familiar with it in terms of its layout. Terrence, based off of kind of the work that you did in the Smith, you've heard stories and tales from travelers that come from the north and head down. Of a remarkable forge that sits within Baldoon that seems to be able to enchant weapons and armor.
Ooh. Well, Terrence is quite interested. So, I'm going to relay that to anyone who wants to hear about it. Specifically Raja, because I know that he would appreciate that.
I think Muriel's knowledge comes from the fact that in the same way Americans are fascinated by Japanese culture or other cultures, Muriel was intensely fascinated with Dwarven culture and went through like a phase growing up and read everything she could get her hands on about them. And now she stands in the Dwarven city for the first time of her life. And all of that teenage interest comes rushing back. She's trying to contain her excitement.
Devlin has no care because dwarves are not sailors. Dwarves have no need to go into the seas. There's no need for stories of a dwarven city to be on the seas, so ergo, he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
He is appreciating the solid stone architecture, though. Kind of reminds him of coral.
Oh.
Alright, well, what are you guys doing?
Supply.
Going in, looking for somewhere to get supplies.
Okay.
Let's shop. How about let's try to find shops and then we'll find somewhere to sleep.
Okay.
Just as a thought.
Would it be wise for us to send Devlin in on this one? Because this would be out of his... Would this be out of your realm, Devlin? I mean, it's a dwarven city. Would it be any different than any other city?
And so why don't you just go up to somebody and do your hi, I'm Terrence thing?
I could do that. That wouldn't be a problem.
Let's do
We'll
that.
do that.
I think we should stick together now that we're in the city.
Okay.
We know what happens
hope
when
these
we're
shops-
in the city.
I sure hope these shops are like further away from all this fire. It's like really warm in here.
I mean, it's warm, but I'm guessing the flame-resistant armor/clothing is at least making it more tolerable for the rest of us.
You're not bursting into flames.
Oh shoot! I should probably figure out what
Your kimono is for the day.
Cold. Roll cold. She's our little AC unit. Our little mobile fan.
Oh, I'm trying to find it. Okay, so 3 is Earth.
Dang it.
So I'm the same color as all of this. I'm a pretty orange and like reds and browns. Like it's just
Is this the first time we've seen
definitely not cool. I think so. Actually.
Yeah, I think so. And if it's not, it might have been in one of the ones where you weren't here and I rolled you a 3. So I think this is the first time that you've rolled your own 3.
What's that, Kyle?
I'm sorry, I had to step away for a minute. What did we miss? We entered the city. We were rolling history checks.
Nothing important.
Nothing
important. Okay.
Basically, Terrence knows about the stories of the forge, that it can actually forge magical items, magical armor, magical weapons. So I said that I would probably relay that to you, being the other.
Oh yeah, that definitely
soldier.
sparked my interest.
Yeah, and then Muriel heard about it because she read a whole bunch of books when she was a teenager, and now her teenage interests are back. And Devlin doesn't care.
Got it.
So that's
right.
kind of where we're at.
That pretty much sums it up pretty well.
And then Albus. Oh, go ahead.
It's so fitting that Mara's kimono came to a different color after her confrontation with Albus.
Right.
It seems every time she and him have a influential conversation, she gets a new look.
That is fair.
That's why she thinks it's Albus doing it.
What color is it?
Still thinks Albus is doing
She's
it.
Earth. She's oranges and
reds.
Reds and browns and
fall colors. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Albus just flippantly said, "Hey Terrence, why don't you just go up and introduce yourself to people like you normally do?"
He said it grumpily.
Yeah, but Terrence, who doesn't always catch social cues like that, that's a great idea, and so he's heading toward that narrow spot. Is there a guard or anything there? Or?
Is that like a bridge?
well, it's the only way into the city.
So as you kind of make your way through that first kind of narrow channel, the bridge stands open. There's no gate or anything that is down. There are a set of guards that flank either side. They are, who would have guessed it, dwarfs.
Wow.
I'm going to assume as much from here on.
Yeah, they stand. They're
gonna tuck those ears into the tricorn head.
They're they stand. They're 3.5 foot.
Oh, you're fine. I'm an elf.
Beards down to their waist. Little helmets, armor, both holding battle axes.
Okay, Terrence walks up to both of them. I'm taking it once on each side.
Yep.
So he's standing kind of in front of them, and he says, "Hi, my name's Terrence. What's your name?"
He kind of looks up at you. Obviously,
Terrence has a big smile.
You stand a few feet above him. He says, "I am Baron. This is Figurus."
Oh my gosh, it's perfect.
Awesome. And so, Baron and Figurus, we're looking for a place to get supplies and then maybe a place to sleep for the night. Would you happen to know anywhere we could go?
Well, if you take the bridge all the way to the city, go into the city, go north, go up the first set of stairs, you'll make left, and it's all in there.
Okay. Thank you very much. And he reaches in and grabs 2 gold pieces and gives one to each of the guards as a thank you for the information. So I got to remember how to do that.
They take the gold from you, not wanting to be
rude.
Well, thank you. Yeah, because that's a tough word to know. They take it from you, not wanting to be rude, and they kind of look at it really funny. They put it in their pocket, and and then that's the end of the conversation.
Okay. I don't know if I just, Made them. So I go back and I tell the group what I just heard. We go over the bridge, up the first set of stairs, make a left, and everything's in there.
Well, let's go.
Let's go.
Perfect.
Okay. Oh, and it's what were their names again?
Aaron and Figures.
So their names are Baron and Figures. Just in case you guys wanted to know. They're very nice.
Would I know why they looked funny at gold?
I'm trying to think
yes, you would. So
would I?
No.
Probably not.
Okay.
So Miro, based off your readings, you know that kind of based on where they are in terms of kind of in this mountain and kind of this area, that they're digging out of their walls constantly precious
You gave them
gems.
2 copper.
Yeah. Terrence?
Yeah.
Gold is like water here.
Okay. Did I do
So-
something bad?
No, you just gave them a few drops of water. Just the system of value for precious metals is different in Bourbon cities.
What should I give them?
A firm handshake.
Okay. So when he goes,
Aren't you the one that's against bribing gods with money to begin with?
I wasn't bribing them. I was thanking them for the information.
Oh no, you just happened to give them gold.
Why wouldn't I? They gave me information for no reason. I just asked them.
We know, like, does Albus know, like, the currency they use here?
In terms of
That was just trying to find a little niche in that thing of like, you look down at me when I do it, but when you just tip someone from doing the exact from just saying it's like
Poke.
But Terrence doesn't see that. Terrence thinks that what he did was a good thing.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is he doesn't understand.
Yep, this is just a little poke and that's it.
And you hit mithril armor, and Terrence went, "Oh, okay."
So Albus, you would know just from your readings that while gold does spend in the city, it doesn't hold quite as much weight as it does out in the world. They do typically tend, kind of within their own, to be more of a... Their commerce is more heavily dependent upon precious gems and ore.
Ooh.
Or perhaps even rare things?
Or perhaps rare things. Perhaps. Mayhaps, if you would.
Interesting.
Alright, so the group is making their way across the bridge.
Making our way.
Keep on walking and don't look down.
Out of curiosity, do you share with the entire group about the currency and precious gems and whatnot?
I would be babbling away like a little fangirl in her like.
Okay. In that case, Raja would like to remind the group that we have 27 precious gems in his bag of holding from way back when we defeated Thyrax.
That's right.
Okay.
Thymax.
We can use that to barter for supplies and goods, maybe.
Okay.
So on and so forth.
From when we beat Thymaster.
Yes, the Master.
That's right.
Sorry.
That's great.
No, it sounds like a workout machine, the Thymax 3000.
It does. Absolutely.
Get jacked.
Gotta get them powerful eyes.
Yes. The slogan is never skip leg day.
Exactly.
Wow.
Alright, so
Go on.
after, I don't know, maybe it's about a 15-20 minute walk, get across the bridge. You make your way, you find kind of due north from the bridge, you can see the staircase that kind of leads up probably 50-60 feet.
Way downtown.
And you head up stairs.
We turn left, was it, Terrence?
Left.
Turn to the
Turn
left.
left.
What do I see?
Alright, so as you go upstairs and you make the left, you find it looks like, I would say it looks like kind of a normal market district. There are...
They're like street vendors?
There are street vendors, but they're not your typical street vendors, where most you would see in a city are selling, if they're near a forest, they're selling some type of wild game or fruits and vegetables. These appear to be selling different types of ore. There's some copper, there's some coal, there's what appears to just be some type of mountain rock. You do have a few vendors that are selling food. It appears to be small game. It looks like almost like a snow rabbit, snow hare. Doesn't take long. You see a few signs. Does anyone speak or read Dwarvish?
Nope.
Don't believe I do. Nope, Common and Draconic. That's it.
I don't think any of us
Not
do.
one of us.
Yeah.
All right.
Does Helga?
I
we
don't
looking at
think
Common?
so. Let me look.
That'd be way too convenient.
Oh, great. Nobody knows Dwarvish.
Wait a minute.
We're true tourists now.
We have
Yeah.
an orc in a Dwarvish mine?
Yeah.
Wow. We're dumb.
Oh.
Wouldn't be the first time we've done something dumb. Or the
Wouldn't even be the second.
Muriel, when you say that, looks away.
No.
I mean, they haven't killed us yet, and they haven't yelled at us yet, and we've already gotten this far.
They're friendly.
She
Let's
does
at least
not.
ask someone.
What?
Let's just ask someone.
Aye.
Do what you do best.
Okay.
Go on, Mr. Socialite. Do
Terrence,
you?
Terrence goes to the nearest, whoever the nearest vendor is.
Sick 'em, boy.
Hi, my name is Terrence. What's your name?
Sorry, I was typing a message, and I go on mute. That way, you don't have to listen to like the clickety clack of the mechanical keyboard.
Yeah.
So this as you look down and she looks up, there is a portly little dwarven lady. Her beard's not as big as the others.
Oh.
And she goes, "Oh, hello. My name is Naren, and this is my sister Mirren."
Noan and Miman.
Naren and Mirren. Naryn and Miryn.
No, he said what he said.
He said what he said. Yeah.
He's just a big dumb human paladin. I mean, come on.
It's a foreign language on his tongue. He's never spoken Dwarvish before. Of course he's going to botch the name.
What are we looking for, guys?
Arm clothing.
First.
Any information about the barren interscape?
So, is there anybody here who can help us find warm clothing and maybe be a guide to get us somewhere quicker out into the mountains?
She kind of looks at you really funny.
Getting used to that.
Yeah.
I look at her. Did I say something?
Well, no, we live near lava. We don't need warm clothes.
Don't you ever go outside? It's kind of cold out there.
Supply people who do.
I don't. Hold on. She looks over at her sister.
Maybe we should find it.
Do you think that you could help these people? And her sister kind of looks kind of looks at all of you.
Seeing this conversation just getting strained and strained, Devin will swoop in. I apologize for my friends. Clearly they were searching for the wrong thing. Could you point us in the direction of a tavern or an inn where we could rest? Maybe in there we could get proper information regarding our individual requests. We're sorry to bother you.
Can I do an insight check on the two, just so I can see what's going on with them?
Sure, go for it.
And I'm going to layer mine with persuasion,
okay.
just to ease this.
And I'm just going to hope my big, nice smile does everything.
Yeah, nat 20 plus 5, so roll 25.
And a 19 on persuasion.
Everything that you can tell, I mean, they're not hiding anything. They're kind of shocked to see people that aren't dwarves kind of in their area.
Were they shocked at all about like us talking about going to the mountains? Did they seem afraid? Did they seem...
Does my mustache at least calm them down by seeing someone with facial hair?
So I'll answer. So Albus, no, nothing that's been mentioned to them seems like it's frightened them. I think it's more kind of the shock of kind of seeing all of these people who literally tower over them, minus you.
Devlin would have dropped himself down a little bit.
Devlin, you certainly kind of calmed the situation down slightly. She looks over and just says, "You're looking for the Hammer Top. That would be the inn. It's directly to the west of where we are now. You'll know you're in the right place because the building has green and blue banners hanging from it."
Thank you so much. And I'm sorry for any discomfort and misunderstanding that we have caused or that my gold friend here brought.
Terrence is like, huh?
A good day to you. He will tip his hats. Stand up. Come on, Terrence. Grab him and
he reaches his hand out to shake their hand because that's what Mira told him to do.
He just grabs. Let's go, Terrence.
Alright, so as you guys make your way into the inn, you walk in and you're immediately met with the gaze of everybody that's in the tavern.
Of course.
There's the two big yellow ones.
You guys are...
And Raja wearing his helm with Hellboy's devil horns, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys definitely stand out a little bit.
Terrence just looking good like
He's
normal.
not hiding.
Terrence looking good like normal.
So as you, so you make your way in to the tavern/inn, which this building is big enough to serve as both. As you walk in, you notice the intricate kind of stone workings that kind of crown the top of the building. It appears to just be statues and silhouettes of dwarven warriors, dwarven kings. There are several rooms that are kind of carved out over to the right-hand side. The left is where the bar is. Directly toward the back or the north side, that's where like the tables and the patrons are sitting, and then kind of in the dead center is a very large fire pit. It probably stands about 10 foot long, 6 foot wide. The bricks on the side stand about 2.5 foot tall, and there are several kind of spit roasting pigs that are rotating, as well as a couple of cauldrons that line the fire with various foods and stuffs in them.
Are we supposed to be seeing all this?
Yeah.
Okay, all we see is a city. Well, all I see is a city.
Yeah, there's not a separate map for the inn.
Okay, good.
I see what you're saying now. No, there's not a separate map for the inn.
I could envision it. I just couldn't see it on the screen.
Oh, well, good. I did my job well.
Yeah, you did great.
Perfect.
I loved it. The 2-foot mantle and the 6-foot door, and yeah, great. No, I'm just joking. So now that Devlin's drug Terrence in, Terrence is like, man, I'm thirsty.
Nope. Rooms first, information second, drink third.
But I'm thirsty.
Food third.
Pushes him towards the direction of the front counter.
Terrence looks over at Raja. Who told him he was in charge?
He's got a smooth tongue.
Just play along. He's had a rough go.
Yeah.
So as you guys kind of make your way towards the counter, Helga kind of tucks herself off into kind of the back corner. And the whole time she's had her hood up as far as she could possibly get it.
That's why we haven't been accosted yet.
Mm-hmm. Kind of surprised she came in with us.
So what are you guys doing?
I think Mara would be like back with Helga.
Okay.
I'm
Hanging out.
I'm
Just hanging out.
I'm gonna belly up to the bar with Terrence and Devlin.
I'm gonna go with Terrence and Devlin just so I'm away from Mara.
Raja, what are you doing?
Going, what do I do?
One
contact with her.
Raja's gonna be up at the bar as well. Be like, hey, barkeep. So, do you by chance have 7 rooms available?
He kind of looks at you really funny. A, because you're a dragonborn, and B, because as he looks across, there's only 3 cutouts.
Cutouts?
Yeah, basically where the rooms are.
Oh.
Oh,
I
right.
guess we're
bunking up.
snuggling up tonight.
Sleepover.
He says,
Yay!
We get a couple extra blankets and pillows then for said accommodations.
Mara, you're the middle spoon.
Hey.
the middle and the little.
Yes. Yes.
The smallest one always rides bitch. It's fine.
Oi!
Oh, wow.
Young lady, language.
Whoa.
It's so funny. Oh
Have
my
y'all
god.
never heard of that? The back middle seat?
Yeah, oh yeah.
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 Yeah, I've heard
Okay,
of it.
thank you. I was like, what?
Didn't think it was going to come
So-
out here.
So as he puts,
PH, I think
so he
she said.
puts,
At least it's
he
not me
puts
this
some
time,
tankards
Rachel.
in front of you guys and starts pouring you some dwarven ale. And
I'm gonna cover mine with my hand and say no thank you.
I'm going to.
Yeah, same with Terrence.
Raja, right there with him.
Muriel's
Okay.
gonna cover her ale and ask for something stronger. Preferably a rum of some kind.
Terrence is probably like, yeah,
darling, there's nothing stronger you'll get here than what the ale is.
I'll uncover it. I'll take an extra, please.
There he
Before
said.
you pour any more for us, I have a follow-up question or after accommodations. We are in the need of acquiring equipment for an excavation or expedition into the mountains. Do you happen to know what we might acquire said equipment, warming layers?
Good quality.
Before these get so drunk they're unable to do anything proper.
Well, that would depend on the coin.
Can I, while they're doing that, can I steal Muriel's drink and drink that?
You can make a sleight of hand
Make a
check.
Yeah.
I did make a sleight of hand check, and it was a dirty 20.
I'm gonna roll a contest. Can I roll a contesting something?
Yeah, just roll a contested perception check.
All right. 2. Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm pawing
Yeah.
around. I'm pawing around for the drink and it's not there. Wait. Hey.
You
I had
took one
plans for
drink
that.
and now you're drunk.
Albus is definitely getting snookered. He's too deep, and he's like half my size.
This is supposedly stronger stuff.
Yeah.
It's very strong
Maybe he
stuff.
can just hold his liquor better than you can.
No, I think these are called creepers, where it's just, oh, I'm not dr-.
So,
Yeah.
And Muriel hasn't taken a drink yet, to be clear.
alright.
She's just ordered 2.
The bartender, noticing how quickly the drinks are going, he's just gonna start. He puts several tankards on the bar and he just goes ahead and starts filling them.
Filling them up.
We are separate tabs. Devlin says to the bartender.
Let's face
Eric
it.
has 2 of them, 1 in each hand.
So
Oh boy.
Devlin, he looks over at you and
He is sipping, he is enjoying, but also Devlin is in business mode.
Mm-hmm.
so depending on what you will need, if you leave your money with me, I will get you everything that you need.
I'm afraid that's not a tenable solution. You understand.
We're just a little curious. We tried to ask one of the local shopkeepers out there, with my soon-to-be very drunk a golden friend over there attempted to, and he scared them half to death over miscommunication, so we're just wondering if there even was such an establishment or way to acquire equipment here.
So as you guys continue to drink, he goes into... He basically starts breaking down
Oh no.
more of the... kind of the way things work within the city. Basically explains that there are just some places that non-dwarves don't go. And mainly it is, he explains that it's basically kind of the topmost layer of the city where, if you're looking at the map, it's basically all of those buildings that you see kind of with like the gold domes on them.
Okay. That's fair.
He explains to you that there are a few shops that are there that he knows of that can do decent work for some type of like either warming clothing or perhaps like potion shops that could do like elixirs that would help you kind of mitigate the freezing tundra.
What about addition of armor, like additional padding or altering, that kind of thing?
He gets a very stern look on his face when you start asking about armor. It's very quick to tell you that they do not sell to non-dwarves.
It's fair.
Evelyn is going to make, as probably at this point, aside from Muriel at the bar, is the only sober one. He's going to do an insight
Raja's only had about half of his second tankard, just saying.
Okay.
So.
Devlin's still on his first. He is actually only halfway through his first tankard. He is, again, business mode.
Terrence and
My
Roger.
Constitution saves have actually been fantastic. Thank you very much. So
Yeah, oh yeah.
Muriel has only had a sip to be polite, but she's not interested in drinking.
I imagine Terrence at this point starting to making con saves if he does anything.
I got an 8. I have a +2 on saves, so 10.
So I would say at that point, if you're more than probably your third drink in, at this point, Terrence, you are about as close to drunk as you have ever been.
Well, at that point, Terrence would probably stop because he does not want to get drunk. So he would probably stop at like 3, maybe even start drinking the fourth one slow, like he's watching Devlin do, because he's like, maybe there's something about that.
Oh, Devlin hasn't even finished his first.
I understand, but you're drinking slow, and that's what Terrence sees. He doesn't know how many you drink.
Albus wants to.
Terrence, with your 8, I would say that once you finish that third and go into your fourth, that you have to excuse yourself as you vacate your stomach.
Oh.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
The dwarven ale, with every one that you've consumed, you've probably had about 3 of what you're used to.
Ooh.
Oh,
No wonder, yeah. Excuse me. I think that I'm not going to be drinking anymore.
Go sleep, it's a wolf.
Roger's glad he slowed down.
Terrence says, I'm just going to sit here for a few minutes before I try to go sleep anything.
So Albus, now that you're about a 12-pack in, buddy, how's your con save?
I did. I've done 2. One was 26. One was 22.
Okay.
Jeez, Pete.
he knows
He
how to
doesn't
hold
even
his liquor.
feel it.
Now,
Like,
and the third one's a 14.
All right. So the third one's a 14. So you're definitely at this point you are. I would call it somewhere between belligerent and blackout.
Oh, no.
I look at Raja and say, will you make sure that nobody spirits him off to work in the mines?
Actually, Roger, give me the bag. Please.
Raja will pass his bag to Devlin.
Okay.
Because you mentioned to the group before we entered the city that we had precious gems.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said bag of holdings, you have to know what you're reaching and what is in there and grab it.
Yep.
It is business time.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to step up behind Devlin and put a hand on his shoulder for guidance.
All right. So
yes, we're
I
sure
may take a
that's the only reason that you.
I may I may take a gratuitous squeeze, but it's for the spell.
All right.
that one doesn't even notice
Oh,
he's.
yeah.
I know.
So, in your professional opinion, then, as based on what you're saying about the logistics of the city, for gestures to the people at the bar, as well as our lovely ladies in the corner who are conversing, they're a bit shy. What would it cost to do a relative simple kit order?
For your translation.
What?
At this point, Raja's going to excuse himself and Albus and
Oh, it's so great.
head to one of the rooms
Oh,
with
it's
Albus.
fantastic.
Albus, before
Just tucked under one arm.
Hey, Albus, before you go, I want you to roll 3 d6s.
Uh-oh.
And Roger, roll initiative. No.
All right.
16.
Albus wants to fight.
What were the numbers?
It was a 6, 6, and 4.
A 6, 6, and a 4.
Oh,
Okay.
that's either really good or really bad.
Let's see.
You throw your tinker, it flies across the room and hits the biggest dwarf in the room.
I belch fire.
Belch fire.
Level 5.
Alright, Albus, I'm going to have you roll a d10.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh lord.
this is going to be so bad.
I don't.
Or so good.
Yeah, one of the two.
8.
An 8.
You're rolling really good there. Or really bad.
Okay,
He stole my
I
luck.
don't know.
So Albus,
Brandon.
as you kind of get down and begin to walk off, anyone that's
Crawl.
looking at Albus, you notice that he seems like he aged a little bit.
Hmm.
Oh jeez.
Not much. It's
Just a
fairly subtle. But if you were
Given that he's
really
a gnome.
looking, yeah, you could tell.
I think he's cut off tonight.
I'm not sure Terrence would notice.
As Raj is dragging me off, I'm going to be singing a lovely little tale about a shepherd boy who fell down a hill. His bucket stuck on his head.
Gosh.
It's so great.
It's
And I
It's
just
loud.
toss him in
It's
the
loud.
room on the
Yeah.
bed and shut the door.
How much for the 3 rooms? Let's take care of that first.
So he points over to the sign on the wall, and as you read the sign, it is 10 gold pieces per room per night.
Okay, so this and where non-dwarves are allowed, gold is...
Yeah.
Alright. Devin will take the third, 30 gold. Mara, give a tab for reimbursement purposes out of Terrence's personal stash. Put the 30 gold forward for the 3 rooms. And with the rooms taken care of, how expensive would kits be for 7?
What are you wanting in these kits?
Warm clothes, capable of going into the mountains on an expedition, sure footing, supplies for at least a week. This is not counting potentially looking for a guy to help us with our expedition. This is just for the kits.
So he takes out kind of a notepad and starts kind of scribbling on it. Tears it out, slides it over to you. As you pick it up and read it, he kind of spells out what you're looking for. Warm clothing, supplies, pack animals.
Yep.
And at the bottom, he has scribbled out 4 diamonds, 6 rubies, 10 opal.
4 diamonds, 6 rubies, and an opal?
10 opal.
10 opal.
No. Okay.
Because I didn't actually have the list of the precious gems in the bag of holding.
You do?
We have... No, I don't. Do we actually have the exact number of what precious gems are in the bag of holding from the Horde?
We were originally told that it was just a various amount of precious gems. So that is DM discretion.
Okay.
So I would
Devlin
say,
attempt.
just based on that, if it was X number of precious gems and you have enough to cover the cost of those, since it wasn't spelled out directly with what they were, then I would allow those to be used as the currency with those.
20 gems total.
20 gems total.
Out of the 27. So I will edit to 7 precious gems. By the way, did you say that 30 gold came out of the bag
Devlin's
Okay.
personal to be reimbursed by
Terrence.
Terrence personally.
What?
At least for the moment.
Terrence is
Devin
like,
will-
what?
You're not there. You're not part of the negotiation.
No, I'm still there. I haven't left.
No, you're sitting down with your head in your hands, barely hearing the room crowd around you as your head starts spinning because you're drunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thrown up.
All
He
right.
will-
Editing complete. Thank you.
Pass the gems over. Believe that, or he'll put it in a little bag. Let's be proper. Place it over. Wait for him to inspect and count to verify.
So he takes it from you, kind of turns around to kind of the back counter. You hear the gems as they hit the wood as he pours them out. Kind of flicks through them, counts everything out, slides them back in to the bag, and then puts them in his pocket. Excuse me. Ooh. I had
You're right, you're champ.
a chip
You
hit the
okay?
back of my throat wrong.
Oh,
Ooh.
Don't die on camera.
It wasn't a Dorito,
Yeah.
though, so we're okay.
Oh, perfect.
Ugh, those will murder you. Yeah. Ooh.
Those are the caltrops.
Oof, that was fun. So, he turns around, nods. He tells you that it's going to take him the better part of the next day to get you the equipment that you need. So from that point, you would be basically you paid for tonight. At that point, you would probably end up paying for tomorrow night. You would spend the day in the Dwarven City itself, and then probably be able to leave at what you would assume would be first light on the third day.
Okay.
So far behind.
So with that taken care of, Devin will actually put a hand on the hand that is on his shoulder still.
I'm gonna stiffen up.
Muriel, a word real quick.
Okay.
Do you think it prudent if we were to actually get a guide? Or should we not? Considering.
I would hate to make the wrong decision and us be put even further behind schedule. At the same time,
like the location is known for anyone to find.
if it is a known location, they're not going to be eager to share it with us. They already barely share anything. If this is knowledge we can have, we're going to have to pay for it.
That, unfortunately, is going to be a rather expensive one. I'm just more trying to decide. It's going to take a couple days for the gear. If we're going to need a guide, now would be the time to put in a request for that or not. And
The worst we can do is meet said guide and see if he's an untoward fellow or not, before we have time to be with him on the trail. The time to discover if he is a bad person is now, not later.
We're going to have to pay at least a sum up front.
I am comfortable covering that.
Thank you, darling. Go back to the barkeep.
Muriel blushes 4 shades darker.
Would it be possible, while you are in the process of putting together all these kits, could you see if there might be a guide who would be willing to aid us on this expedition of ours into the mountains?
Takes a minute, and you can tell that he's in fairly deep thought about it, probably running through his head of who could possibly, or even would want to do this. Kind of gives you a nod. I believe I do know someone. I could have him meet you tomorrow.
I would be much obliged. The name's Devlin. To give to your potential guide, just have him ask for Devlin. Not just looks over at the now probably turning unconscious body of Terrence, just
slumped over the bar.
Not him.
I love it. All right, yeah. So he.
I lean down to Devlin and say, "I imagine they won't have a hard time determining who we are, given that no one's stupid enough to come from this city to those mountains. We would probably be the only logical." But yes,
Devlin will then go back in the bag of holding, pull out one more of the precious gems. He will kind of palm down, cross the tavern. For all the trouble that we might cause our cause, and for being a very caring and respectful individual yourself, for your trouble and for your tavern. And I'll kind of put his tankard over it to not try to make it inconspicuous.
Okay.
He isn't certain how forward or subtle these sorts of dealings in terms of gems are. It could be, it's allowed, but it's looked down upon in Dwarven society, or it could be, hey, everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
He's just trying to play it safe. He's not bribing, gems hold weight, this is a fat tip.
Right,
But
this is tipping.
this man is earning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So he kind of smiles and gives you a nod and just kind of pulls the tankard over towards him, getting it just far enough off of the bar that the gem is able to roll into his hand. Quickly, he just kind of looks down, looks at it real quick, puts it in his pocket. Kind of with that, with a nod, he just kind of goes off to his kind of the rest of his bar duties and filling tankards and moving about. And I will say
Let's
that
go let the ladies know.
At that point, that's where we'll call tonight.
Cool.
So, if you caught us on stream tonight, thanks for watching. Good news, not a single disconnect or anything like that tonight. So we will have video. So yay for that.
Nobody died.
And no one died.
Yes.
So with that, have a wonderful week. God bless. We'll see you next week at the same time, same place. Until then,
Have a good night.